back to Life in Surround. I'm here today to introduce to you a pretty cool hard rock multi-channel album. One of my goals over time is to bring more exposure to such albums. It's my experience that in the surround community, pop rock and classical and prog and things that just have a little bit more orchestration and layering going on tend to do a little bit better in popular opinion. And it's my experience that a lot of hard rock titles get rated pretty harshly, in my opinion, whether they deserve it or not. Sometimes they do deserve a harsh rating, and sometimes I think there's just not a lot going on with the source tracks. And in my opinion, if the mixing engineer took the stereo experience, made it better, made it more engaging, made it more immersive, and sprinkled in enough surround activity to make it worth listening to multi-channel as opposed to stereo, then the release is a win, and I think worthy to track down if you're into hard rock. And today's album showcases those points pretty nicely. It is Alice in Chains' Greatest Hits. And as you can see here, it comes with Sony's distinctive slip sleeve. And removing that, you get just your standard jewel case. So Alice in Chains' Greatest Hits. It's 10 songs. You have Man in the Box, Them Bones, Rooster, Angry Chair, Wood, No Excuses, I Stay Away, Grind, Heaven Beside You, and Again. So pretty good collection of songs in my opinion. Here's your disc. Now, one thing to point out about this disc is it is not a hybrid, so it is designed to work only in players that support SACD. In other words, there's no CD layer, there's no Red Book CD layer. A lot of SACDs have a CD, a 2-channel SACD, and a multi-channel SACD layer. This one only has the 2 SACD layers. So I think that's an interesting thing to note. So getting on to the mix. There's no getting around it. This mix features most of the components of the band in most channels most of the time. Relative to the stereo experience, you throw this into multi-channel and it sounds almost twice as loud, but without sounding like you turned it up twice as loud. You just get twice as much sound. So that's an interesting experience. It definitely, does feel like you tick up the volume a bit. And then what they do is occasionally they choose certain elements of the song to favor either the fronts or the surrounds, one of the surrounds over another. You get drum accents back in the surrounds. You get lead instruments, such as some guitar solos back in the surrounds. You get some vocal overdubs, such as during Rooster. When you get all the band singing in a choir style, you hear distinct voices in each of the 4 major channels, the front, left, and right, and the surround, left, and right. In my opinion, just Rooster is worth picking this disc up for. I feel like they really knocked that one out of the park. The band gives them a little bit more in the way of dynamics to play with. It's not balls to the wall every second. So you get some sparse arranged moments and you get some dense moments, and in my opinion, that song really shines on this disc. Another thing to note about this disc is, at least for Man in the Box, it features what I call the Walmart mix. So for the line, I'm the dog who gets beat, the follow-up is shove my nose and spit. Okay? So hopefully that doesn't offend a great many of you. It does make this a bit more listener friendly for my toddler, to whom I want to introduce Alice in Chains as soon as possible. Anyhow, my wife and I are unabashedly rockers, so we put this on recently and we were really pleasantly surprised. It's the best that we've heard Alice in Chains. There are enough surround moments to satisfy my itch. The fidelity it's good for Alice in Chains, it's good for grunge. This will definitely never win any audiophile competitions. So where would I rate this? The surround experience, to me, I want to really be dazzled. I want a lot of discrete activity going on. And this is a little bit light in that department. This disc has a lot of muscle. It is a heavy grunge album with some surround showcasing every now and then. So fidelity wise, I give this full marks. For content, I give this probably in the like 8 out of 10 range. Alice in Chains aren't my favorite, but they're way up there, and this disc does maximize the hooks and the hits. So good marks there. And for the mix, I think it is somewhere in the probably 7 out of 10 range. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this a 7. And that's going to put it squarely into my suggested purchase range. So if you're into Alice in Chains, and if you can handle surround a little bit less on the discrete side and a little bit more on the room filling side with some surround showcasing every now and then, go ahead and pick this up. I doubt you'll be disappointed. It packs a punch, and it's a lot of fun. It improved my experience over simply listening in stereo. So there it is, one more time. And I hope you have enjoyed this review. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Leave comments either way. I always look forward to reading those and responding when I can. Subscribe, ring that notification bell, share this video, tell your friends. Any support you can give me really helps. Part of the point of this channel is simply to make it known to the public at large that a favorite album of theirs may exist in surround and they didn't even know it. So I hope I have helped to further that cause today. Now more of the world's going to know that Alice in Chains' greatest hits is available in surround on non-hybrid SACD. Until next time, I encourage you to live life in surround.